I'm going to make pork ribs. And I'm not going to use the word barbecue because I'm not using any barbecue sauce, which I have done in the past many times. This time I want to taste the pork, which is a delicious piece of meat, with that fat, without having the barbecue sauce taking anything away from it. Not that I don't like barbecue sauce, but that's what I want to do. This is the only way to roast a piece of pork that you want to eat plain like this, or one that's going to have barbecue sauce on it. Anybody thinks that when they wrap it up in a bag or aluminum foil and they put it in the oven, you're steaming it. You're losing all the flavor. The juices are going out into that bag that you just made. So that's not the way to do it. The way to do it is to follow the directions on the package usually. Put a little salt and pepper. This is a nice sea salt and pepper. There are times when you do boil these ribs. You cut them up, you cook them with sauerkraut and tomato sauce, and of course then the flavor stays in the sauce. So when you just remember, when you boil, and if you boil the ribs and you're not going to use the liquid that they were boiled in, you just put all the flavor in down the sink. So you start off either side. I'm starting it off this way because this is the way I just had it. I'm going to put it in a 350 oven, and then 20 minutes after that I'm going to look at it. And if it's cooking too fast, because the faster you cook something, the more it shrinks. Not looking to get a crust on this, like you find at a lot of these so-called places that sell barbecue ribs. They put a ton of sauce on it to hide the hard crust. Anyway, pay attention to this recipe. That's after 20 minutes. It's cooking nice and slow. We'll leave it for another 20 minutes like this, and then we'll turn it over. This is after 40 minutes. That looks beautiful. It's not getting overcooked. And now we're going to turn it over. And notice that I have it on a rack. So that lets all the fat to drip down. Nothing is going to be crispy crunchy on this. Now we're going to go for another 20 minutes on this side, and then check it again. So that's 40 minutes at 350 so far. And it smells like a nice fresh piece of pork. Not anything old. So 20 minutes have passed, and I want to keep it like this. I don't want it to get any crispiness on it at all, so I am turning the oven down to 3 1/4. And we'll finish it like this until it's done. Now, how are you going to know when it's done? You take a fork and you put it in between the ribs, twist it. You see there's no give there. This has a long way to go. That's how you can tell. Or you chop off a rib and eat it. See how nice that looks, that piece of pork? Anyway, and it smells great. It's almost there. You put the fork in between the rib, you twist. It has a little bit of give. I'm giving it another half hour. And then it has to be done. That is it. Notice. See the bone? Look at that, how the meat separates. We are done. I'll let this cool for 5 minutes. Cut in between the ribs. And enjoy a delicious dinner. Hope you enjoy it. And if you notice, all the fat that's in there, look at that. That's why you cook it on a rack. Enjoy.